Hey, Venus Jones here, bringing you some good karma. You know why, right? You already know why. I'm one of the good ones. Can't you see? One, it's the magic number for me. I come first on this earth since I give birth. No need to claim no turf. I know a woman's worth, and I do. I'll make dreams come true. You can count on this Buddha, get it done for you. I'll make a damn good wife. Yes, sirree. Just ask STEVE. I'm like a honey butter on breakfast toast. I don't mean to boast, but I'm better than most. I can cook and clean and make a real mean a baked chicken and a side of greens. I'm like banana bread and apple pie. I'm gonna love cheddar cheese until the day I die. I'm one of the good ones, cause I like to think I'm one of the good ones. I can handle my drink. I'm one of the good ones from front to back. I may be skinny, but I'm fat like that. I'm one of the good ones. I wanna make you smile. I'm one of the good ones that goes the extra mile. I'm one of the good ones by far, cause I'm gonna be me so you be who you are. Hey, and the crowd goes wild. That's right. I'm Venus Love Jones, and I'm here to bring you some good karma and to talk about that question. Hey, what's up, Cotton is in the house? If you hear, holla, tell me where you at, who's watching. I just want to know. This is my first live stream in like 3 places at once. So I'm still learning the technology, and I'm still learning. You why? You know why? Because I'm one of the good ones. Those who are one of the good ones, they like that lifelong learning. There is no challenge. There is no challenge that I'm not willing to work through. And it's a struggle sometimes. But I want to ask you the question. But first, before I have to, somebody, I want to, in this broadcast, yesterday, I had posted that song, One of the Good Ones. And someone told me that for them, it was a little triggering. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. Talk to me. Tell me more. And she felt like it was a little triggering. Because I want to tell you about before I even really get into that real too deep, I want to tell you about how this story came about. And I'm so glad Cotton is here. Because the story behind this song, One of the Good Ones, is actually a shout out to Cotton L. Murcott. And he had a group that he was a part of, one of the leaders of, long time ago. Oh, what year was it? I don't really know, but I do know it was a band that I love very much. They were so smooth, so cool. And the band was called, of all things, being as smooth, as cool as they were called Nobody Special. And I'll pause on that. Because I wanted to be a part of this band so bad. But I didn't want to be nobody special. I wanted to be somebody good. I wanted to be somebody that people thought was amazing and great. So I always felt like a little bit I was at odds with this name of this group. So this was my plan in my head, was that I heard this song that they was singing. The group, it was Nikki Bond, it was Cotton, they were up there being all cool and stuff. And I was like, oh, they're singing this song called One of the Good Ones. And it had like a break in the song. And during the break, I thought, oh, what if I made my version or my little part that I wanted to add to the song? And I was like, what if I played this for Cotton? And then one day, I'm hoping at the end, after I play this for him, and I like do my little my bars, he's gonna be like, Miss, you are so good. I want you to be a part of the group. That didn't happen. That did not happen. But I wrote that poem and that little hook off of a hook called a song that they had called One of the Good Ones. And the truth is, I don't know if I made it in. I wanted to, they were like, do you want to put a picture on this broadcast? And I put a picture of my mama, because see, my mama taught me good, as they say. My mama taught me to know what good means. And so I want to ask you, what does one of the good ones mean to you? Are you one of the good ones? Well, when my mama told me about one of the good ones, she talked about a virtuous woman. She sent me to a scripture called Proverbs 31. Holla if you hear me on that. So there are some parts of the Bible that I'm not down with, but there are some lines in that Proverbs 31 that are on point. And when you want to uplift or represent for your race, you're standing at odds with something that is not always easy to do, because there's stereotypes out there. So I want you to imagine me singing that song in front of a group of Black people. Not a problem. This is where the trigger comes in. My friend Amy, she came at me. She's so sweet. And she was like, now Amy happens to be of mixed race. She's Asian and she's white. And she felt like when she heard one of the good ones broadcasted out in front of a mixed company, that it could be perceived, and it was triggering for her, because even in her mixed ethnicity, she was a survivor of people who thought that there's not that many good ones in your race. So they would say to her face, you one of the good ones. And I was like, okay, yeah, I feel you on that. I've had that happen to me too. But when I was growing up, people talk smack all the time. That's just what they did. I kind of got used to it. So I would just laugh it off if someone would say something like that to me. And I guess when I was writing the piece, it's not like that didn't come up, but it was more important for me to talk about being good and what it meant to me. And if you pay close attention, you hear that, because even as an artist and being who I am, there was jokes about, Venus, you don't know how to cook. So I got another version of it. So yesterday, I put both versions up there. And one was called I'm a Shining Star. So some people feel like if you a star and everything, you don't necessarily, you are an artist, you don't really know how to cook. So I had like some baked chicken that was store-bought. That was the joke. But I do know how to cook these days, real talk. But some people believe that a good woman is somebody who knows how to cook. But I push back on that, but I also use the humor, knowing that I know that's what people think. So being a good one, it could be you representing your race, your gender, or your religion. Because some people say there's no good Christians. So even with that, like, I just want to know, do you want to uplift and do you want to represent? And if so, you might be one of the good ones. So I think that we misuse the word trigger, though. I think that a lot of the times you might be triggered by something. You think that's really a medical term. It's like a PTSD is something that you don't know that you have until it happens, until something really happens and you are like, whoa, I didn't even know what just came over me, but I just started crying. That's a real trigger. If you're just offended by something, you're not necessarily triggered. You're just saying that because you're offended by what I'm saying. And maybe rightfully so, because of something happened. But if something physically happens to you where you feel like you almost want to vomit and you can't breathe, that's a real trigger. So I really think that has been a word that's misused, but I have had some triggers before. And I want you to think about just making sure that you're using that word right. And when she came and we were joking at the end, but at the end of the conversation, I was like, you one of the good ones, right? And we could laugh about it between, oppressed people. But I think that at the end of the day, what I wanted you to get out of this was just at least learn the story behind that piece and know that I totally feel you if you have been told that you're one of the good ones and it don't sit right with you. But understand that there are very few good women out here, and that's true. We can back that up with evidence. There are very few good men, as the Marines will tell you. And there's very few good people really representing Christ. And what I'm trying to say to you is that there might even be very few good people representing the human race. when we really, really need to be, because we really are just one species. But I want to know if you're trying to even be and define what good is and what it means to you. And for me, it means to be living on principle. It means to be virtuous. It means to be looking out for somebody other than yourself, to be wanting to learn something new and different every day. That's what good means to me, right? So I just want you to know what it means to me. And I want you to strive to always be the best representation of however you identify, right? It's just going to bring you good karma all day, every day, right? So that's what I want to talk about. And shout out to Nobody Special. Because at the end of the day, really, the intention was for me to remind nobody special that you are special. Especially when you seek and do your best to serve and to be good, even if you're serving somebody who loves you and happens to be white, right? Because I was like, ooh, I feel you on that. Because if people that don't know me that well, they're like, wow, she's bragging about serving a white man. Okay, I hear you. But I'm really serving those who are like-minded, those who are there reaching out back to me, right? So make sure you're reaching out to those who are reaching out to you. And sometimes we might even reach out to people that we don't really always want to reach out to and see if they reach back. You feel me on that? All right. Keep striving to be one of the good ones. Keep striving to find out what you're really good at. And you know the rest. I like to always sign out with keep looking up and keep looking out. I'm Venus Jones, Venus Love Jones, and that's it for today. That's my word for today. All right, I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed what I had to say, and if you have a different definition of what good means to you, and put that in the chat. If you feel me on the triggers, put that in the chat. Let's continue the conversation. All right. Stay always divine.